Welcome back, everybody, and thanks again for sticking with us here on KXAN News at 4. We are, of course, well into a new year. Happy 2025 to all of you out there. But this all gives us an opportunity to put 2024's weather into some perspective and look back a little bit. So Chief Meteorologist has been looking at the numbers from this past year, and I would imagine the key word would be warm.
Warm, and in some places and in some ways, record warm. And we first want to start by looking back at December because it very much capped off a record warm year by having a very warm, almost record warm December. You can see all these red boxes indicating the warmer than normal high temperatures we had in December. The blue boxes are cooler than normal highs, and the red boxes certainly outweighed the cool boxes here last month. It wasn't our hottest December on record in the Austin area, with records that go back to the late 1800s, but it was second hottest. The hottest December ever, 2021, easily well ahead of the rest of the pack, with an average temperature factoring in the morning lows and the afternoon highs of 65 degrees. Our average temperature last month was 59.6. A typical December, based on the 30-year average, is 6 degrees cooler than that. So still, we were 6 degrees above average when you factor in the average temperatures of the whole month. That is significant, and yet it still pales in comparison to 2021. That just goes to show you how warm that December was. What about last year as a whole? Our average temperature was 72.7. That is almost 3 degrees above average for the whole year, and that meant that 2024 was our hottest year on record in Austin area history. And certainly our warming climate takes a lot of the blame here for that, according to numerous sources like NOAA, NASA, Climate Central, and certainly some of the growth in the area has some impact, but not as much as you would think. As far as the rain for last year, 28.25 inches. That was 8 inches below our typical 30-year average rainfall in Austin, but it was actually wetter than 2023 was. So a little better, but still we needed more rain. And by the way, on KXAN.com right now, before the link disappears and we start focusing in on 2025, you can go ahead and look at 2024's weather data. Click on the Weather and Traffic tab and then click on Explore 2024 weather data, and you can see all the numbers for yourself. As far as what's happening now across the state, there's a weak storm system offshore that's been ushering in the clouds our way, and a little bit of rain too. We're generally missing out on the rain aside from a few sprinkles in Fayette County, but we've certainly had the clouds today. Those clouds are in the process of eroding, but then as we go into the evening and the sun sets, we'll start seeing them coming back again, giving way to a pretty cloudy day here tomorrow. So here's what the early evening looks like. Mainly clear skies in the hill country where the temperatures will drop rather quickly this evening. But the areas where the clouds are going to hang on the longest, the metro and especially our eastern counties, you'll see a much slower temperature drop. And then the low clouds will expand throughout the area overnight into your Friday morning. And there's a chance for a little sprinkle or drizzle here tomorrow, but those chances that it becomes measurable rain are less than 10%. Your Friday afternoon will go from a cloudy morning to a mostly cloudy second half of the day. I do think there'll be some breaks of sunshine, kind of like we're seeing here today, but overall tomorrow looks fairly gray again. Then the clouds start to fill back in for Saturday morning. Saturday once again starts cloudy and a slightly higher chance for a few spotty showers. We've got 10% rain chances here for Saturday morning. And then as we get into the afternoon, I do expect we get more sunshine on Saturday than what we had today and then what we're expecting here tomorrow. Because of all the clouds, temperatures have been kept down in the lower to mid 60s in Austin, warmer to the west where they've had more sunshine. We'll see these numbers dropping into the low 50s and some upper 40s to begin your morning tomorrow, and then we'll bounce back up to 66 in the afternoon. But the areas that hang on to the clear skies the longest tonight will get down into the 30s. There's going to be a big difference in overnight lows. 30s in the hill country, 50s in Austin and our eastern counties. So very much dependent on where you live here tonight is just how chilly or mild it will be. But in Austin, we're going with a low of 50 with a partly to mostly cloudy sky and the chance for a very late night sprinkle or some areas of patchy fog. Here's the next 3 days, which take you into the weekend. So a lot of clouds tomorrow and 66, bit more sun Saturday afternoon, but that low 10% rain chance for the morning, yet still 72 on Saturday. And then Sunday we're up to 71, but during the afternoon a cold front's going to come through Now looking a little earlier, so the temperatures on Sunday have trended a little cooler but still warm, although these numbers will be dropping rather quickly as we head into Sunday evening. And then look at the high temperatures we're looking at for next week. This will be our coldest stretch of highs since last winter. Upper 40s and then even some low 40s here Wednesday. That should be our coldest day before we try to claw our way out of the cold here by next Thursday. Overnight and morning lows will be below freezing. Perhaps not so much Monday morning in Austin, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning, all a widespread freeze, including Austin. And that is where our highest confidence is, on the below freezing nights and the cold days in the 40s. Much lower confidence regarding the potential for rain to mix with some wintry weather. And the best chance for that's going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. But as you'll see on our first warning weather 7-day forecast, the rain and wintry mix chances are not that high just yet. At 20% Wednesday, 30% on Thursday. I've got a blog I keep updating every day on KXAN.com, digging into the details.